Hey, Chem 1010 students, welcome to week 6. You are seeing a news item here, which will go up as soon as this video is finished for week 6. We are almost done. We have 2 weeks of classes left. As we look at what we have due, let's go to the content. And first, let me point out, you just finished a quiz that is going to need some hand grading. So the grade in the lab book is not your final grade. I have to go in and grade that by hand. I'm in class on Monday mornings, so that has to happen no earlier than Monday afternoon. I'll get to it as soon as I can because I know you don't like looking at those lower grades. So let's look and see what's going on for week 6. Again, these are our weekly updates, so you're going to see the week 6 video here. You can go back and see any of the videos for the previous weeks. I like this first link. This is the schedule at a glance. This gives a very good visual representation of what we have going on. Today is Monday, April 21st. We are in Module 6. One thing you will notice that is different is there is just one homework assignment. It is a shorter module with shorter amount of information because you need to start studying for the final. You need to start reviewing for the final. You're going to review for the final exam by going back to all of your previous homework assignments and quizzes and redoing them. Look them back over and see what you need to work on. And as you look them over, take notes on things, on information that you want to have at your fingertips when you sit down to take the final exam. You can use your books and your notes. You just can't use another person or Google or AI. You can't use that on the final. That's considered cheating. But you can use the textbook, which is online. You can use any notes that you have created of the material. That's totally allowed. And so you want to organize your notes for the final exam. And so you're going to do that by going back through your previous stuff and taking notes on it and refining them. If you have to flip through a whole bunch of stuff during the final exam, you might run out of time. Time is definitely an issue. And so you want to start organizing your notes, organizing your thoughts, organizing your work so that when you sit down to take the final exam, you're going to have that ready at your fingertip to look up if you need to look it up. There should be a lot of stuff on the final exam that you don't have to look up, but there are going to be some things that you didn't memorize, but you should know where to find them. You should be able to go to your notes and find them and use that as a model to help you answer the question on the final. All right, so homework 11, module 6 this week is Organic Chemistry Basics. There's just one chapter in the textbook that we're covering. Next week is also just one chapter in the textbook, so a relatively short module. Just a heads up, I would go ahead and get started on Module 7. I wouldn't wait till Monday to start it if I get finished this week. But remember, this week also you want to start organizing your thoughts for your final. So this week and next week are two relatively short modules. I will go ahead and make a video next Monday anyway, because that final exam is coming up and we want to make sure that you have time to review for it and to take it. We do have one lab due this weekend on our normal lab schedule. So the homework and the quiz schedule is normal, except for there's just the one homework assignment. The quiz is due on Sunday as usual. And yeah, this should be labeled Saturday and Sunday. I missed that. I'm not going to change it now. You know it. That's what this date is. The lab experiment that you have this week goes hand in hand with the module material, with the Module 6 material, the chapter material that you're working on. So it will also help you as you study the material. So that's good. I'll give you a video next week, but again, it's a relatively short module. There is a lab next week, but it's a relatively short lab. So that's what we have going on as far as the schedule. If I scroll down here to Module 6, Organic Chemistry Basics, we see our normal arrangement. We've got our reading and videos. We've got our homework and quiz and our lab. There are only 2 videos. If you need a video on more material, please reach out to me. I think I've been saying this every week, or I've at least been saying it in my head. If you see something that you're working on that you can't get your questions answered from material that's here, the textbook or the videos, or even in your Googling, please reach out and ask me for help. Please reach out and ask me for help. Again, we're going with just one chapter this week. We are skipping around a bit. This is chapter 16. And one homework assignment. If I scroll down here to the homework, one homework assignment, one quiz, and a discussion board. There is not a Dropbox for the quiz this week. There is not a Dropbox for the quiz this week because there is no handwork. No show your work for this week's quiz. Again, for last week's quiz, your Module 5 quiz, I do have to go in and grade quite a bit of it by hand, and so those grades will be updated. Your labs last week also, there's quite a bit. Let me go here to Module 4. For the labs that you did last week, the hydrated salts, that was the week before. How about Module 5? There we go. I feel like I finished that one. Here we go. The Lewis structures and shape and the Penny Lab, there's quite a bit of hand grading on that. I'll be working on that over the next couple of days, and so your grades will be updated. All right, again, looking ahead, after we finish Module 7 next week, I'll go ahead and give you a video for next week. It has the normal sort of sections to it. Due dates are a little truncated simply because we have the final exam coming up next week. Please do make sure that you've scheduled some time during the final exam period to sit down and focus on it. So please make sure that you have taken the time to find a quiet place and a quiet time to take that final exam. So be thinking about that. All right. Again, this week is Module 6. You'll see that note here. Holler at me, reach out to me if you've got any questions as you go through this, and I will see you next week.